This is what I call a smartphone, isn't it? This is the Samsung Galaxy Note 2, a real big one, as you can see, especially if you compare it to the Galaxy S3. Looks like this one. Most of the people I know say, okay, this is too big for me because of the screen. This has 4.8 inches and here we have 5.5 inches. Especially if you look like this on those two. Here you can see how much bigger the Note 2 is, especially in both dimensions. So this is not a phone you would like to carry around with you all day in your pocket or hold it to your ear. So this one is not a smartphone, it's a kind of smartphone and tablet. So you can call it phablet or whatever you want. It's for working, not just for making a phone call. Especially if you compare it to the first Note we have over here. This one is a big one too, as you can see, with 5.3 inches over here. But it's not bigger at all, as you can see. Especially if you compare the sizes. It's just 2 millimeters smaller over here, a little bit larger over here, 151 millimeters, and it's a little bit thinner, 9.5 millimeters thick, so that total altogether you have a volume of -5%. It's a little bit more compact, if you want so. But coming back to the displays, if you have over here, I made piece of paper like this one to show you the screen size of the first Note we have over here, 5.3. Put this one on the Note 2, so you can see the display is around about 1 millimeter smaller, but 9 millimeters larger on the height over here. So you have about around about 5% more display. We don't need this one anymore. Back to here. Okay, so 5% around about more, but on the other hand you have less pixels. You only have 720 by 1280, and on the first one, let's go back again, sorry for that, to the first Note, you have had 800 by 1280 pixels, so you have less pixels, about 15% less. So that makes the Note 1 was 286 ppi and the Note 2 has 264 ppi. But on the other hand, it's a totally kind of different display, but Samsung isn't telling us because both are AMOLED, so the pixels are not illuminated from below like on LCDs, they are glowing by themselves. But as you can see over here on a white paper like this one, here I have my glasses, and if you look through them, I try to hold it tight. Okay, so I hope you can see this is a typical AMOLED pentile matrix. You have the pens, the green ones, and then either a red or a blue tile beside it. So every pixel is formed by 2 subpixels. That's a typical pentile matrix, and because of this you have always a little problems concerning small textures, and especially if they are on the diagonal. So it's not only as sharp as a LCD could be. And now let's have a look to the new Note 2. Look at this. Never seen something like this. This is not a pentile matrix. I don't know what is it called. I have to ask Samsung, but now they can't answer because it's weekend. Nevertheless, I wanted to publish this video and to show you this one over here. So you have 3 subpixels per pixel, unless the blue one is now in a pen style, and it has always 2 subpixels, red and green by sides. So you have that typical LCD regularly subpixel placement, but on an AMOLED display. So let's have a look what this makes in real life a photo. I've pre-installed some of those. So landscape mode, and let me zoom a little bit closer so that you can see what I'm talking about. And I hope this video is in full HD. You can see it in full HD too, so you can see the differences. And for example, look at those very small tiles over here, just right up of the center of that blossom over here. You can see these little white hairs, or what is it called? So these are much more sharper over here on the Note 2. I hope you can see it. And they're just kind of blurry on the older Note. And look at these edges of that here. So they're really sharper, not only by the contrast, but by sharpness. So you really can see the difference on those screens. Let me go back to another one. Let's take this. Okay, I hope you can see. Look at those foams over here, those crosses on that top over here, or on those bridges here on these lines, these vertical lines, and these crosses over here, these small ones. I hope you can see. I do see very clearly that it's a lot more sharper on the Note 2 over here. So even if they are less pixels, but you have more subpixels, so the pictures and everything, video and text and everything is sharper on the Note 2, and that's everything that counts. I hope so, I guess. Okay, now we're already finished with the first one. Let's go to the Note 2, especially because I wanted to show you something, some tricks of that user interface Samsung has created. As you know, it's the OS is Android 4.11. As you can see, for example, as on those recent apps over here, you can close them just by swiping them out. You know of this, you know all this, but Samsung has done some tricks, you know, from the Galaxy S3, like this one, that you look on the screen and the front lens is watching you, and it's seeing if you are looking to the display, and as long as you do, the display illumination isn't cut off, so you'll never have a dark screen while you're reading a page. Okay, all those tricks are on the Galaxy Note 2 either, but you have some special ones on top of those. For example, I love this one. You have some kind of real multitasking. Let's say you're going to YouTube and you're watching a video and you want to read let's say let's say you want to write a Google Mail isn't let's say over this one. Okay, now we start again. So you are watching a video. You want to write an SMS. So you have to drag and drop it to the screen over here. And as you can see, now the screen is dividing into two parts, and you can resize those just like you want to on the size over here, and it's working in landscape mode either. So you really have, no, come on. Okay, here we go. And you can, as you can see, the keyboard can be plugged wherever you want, or closed, or whatever you need. So you really have the possibility to have real multitasking, to do two things at a time. And if you don't want this part over here, you have to hold this button again, and it's gone, and we will come back to the home screen. Here we go. Okay, this is just this little trick. But first of all, it's a business device for working. So you have, as you know, this stylus over here. And as you can see, I didn't pull anything or touch anything. Just by pulling this stylus out, the device is registering this and saying, you want to use your stylus, of course, and is opening, if you want to, this page over here, this body page as it's called, and you can say, okay, let's write a note over here. And you have the typical things you can write, and you can have forms, and you can have oops, yes, these things you all know. But there's more. Let's say you have a new note, and okay, this is what I want to show you. We have a button over here, like on the mouse. And you can click over here, go to the screen, and let's say make a screenshot. Or, oops, again we go into a new one. If you click it, you switch, as you can see over here, through the modes just by clicking this button. But you have to be near the screen. Or you can, if you have this one, you can mark things. So it's here, and push them, let's say, to an SMS, as you can see over here. Now it's an MMS, of course. And you can add your text or whatever you want. So these apps are connected to each other. The other thing I want to show is if we go, let's say, to the S Planner, and you have over here your dates. And now look at this. I don't touch the screen. Or maybe I go like this so you can, whoops, see the better. I do not touch the screen. I just come near, close to it. And as you can see, when I'm close, there is opening a preview. This is working, let's say, on the calendar over here, on emails, great. So you can just have a look and say, okay, what's this, what's this, what's this? Okay, and this is of interest for me, so I click over here and I see the details. The only thing I'm missing is that when I'm using the stylus, that maybe I want to go back, I would like to plug this back button over here by the stylus, but this is not working. This is only reacting to your fingertip. That could be a thing more, even more comfortable, but that's a minor thing, of course. So you have a real hover mode and like on the or mouse over kind of function with this stylus over here, and that mouse click by tapping all those functions. I could do a whole hour or two just to show you all the functions you can have over here, but that's not the issue of this video. I just want to give you a quick overview what the new Galaxy Note 2 has to offer. The other thing is I really appreciate is the sentence I heard most often concerning the S3 is it's too big. You can't handle it. You have to have 2 fingers at least, and that's even more true on the Note 2, of course. As you can see, the button isn't possible, isn't able to reach all corners of this. But Samsung has seen this problem, and as you can see here, I'm sorry, it's in German, you have that one-handed usage. So you can, let's say, I'll go back and show you first this one. This is a normal view of the number field, and if you go to those settings over here, one-handed, I'm just pushing them all to on, and now we go back. As you can see, this field with the numbers is now smaller, and you can switch between for righties and for left-hand usage. So you really can reach with your button if you just, let's say, are in the tube or wherever and you have to grab with one hand. So you really can use the Galaxy Note 2 with just one thumb and one finger, even if you are using the right one or the left one and switch besides. It's really great.